In 1989, an American student vanished while on vacation with friends in Mexico. Back then, the case made headlines, and police searched relentlessly for the killer of Mark Kilroy until they arrived at the suspect's home. But what they found shocked even the most seasoned officers. Not just Mark's mutilated body, but also a large cauldron filled with human remains, belonging to over 14 other victims. This story blends every kind of horror you can imagine, and some you can't. Adolfo Constanzo was born in 1962 in Miami, Florida. His mother was just 15 at the time. After the death of his biological father, she remarried twice. In her final marriage, she inherited a large sum of money, giving them financial comfort. But despite this, Adolfo's upbringing was anything but normal. His mother, while pretending to be religious, was deeply involved in black magic. She regularly took him to church, but behind closed doors, their home reeked of strange rituals. Neighbors suspected her of practicing dark magic, especially when those who argued with her later found dead chickens or animal heads on their doorsteps. And the neighbors weren't wrong. Adolfo's mother practiced Santeria, a mix of Catholicism and African spiritual beliefs. It involved worshiping spirits and performing magical rituals. Adolfo started learning witchcraft at age 5. By 14, he moved on to something far more sinister: Palo Mayombe. This cult believed in violent rituals and that non-believers deserved to die. His spiritual mentor was a wealthy drug dealer. He believed drugs were a way to destroy non-believers, getting them to kill themselves through addiction. And Adolfo didn't just agree. He lived by that belief. From then on, Adolfo was no longer just a curious teen learning magic. He became a devout, violent cultist. He was arrested twice in the U.S. for theft and had a history of disturbing behavior. In 1983, he moved to Mexico and formed a gang who followed his beliefs. He gained fame as a powerful sorcerer, offering tarot readings, curse removal, and protection spells. People believed him, especially the desperate and the criminal. Even members of drug cartels came to him. One paid $40,000 for protection spells to shield his entire operation. Mexico at the time was plagued by corruption, and Adolfo thrived in it. But he wanted more. He started trafficking drugs while continuing his rituals. Then everything spiraled into madness. When he crossed a new line, he began killing to eat. In 1986, he partnered with the Calzada family, a crime clan. At first, he offered magical protection, but later he demanded a cut of their profits. When they refused, he retaliated brutally. 6 members of the family vanished. Their bodies were found later, mutilated and dumped in a river. Adolfo had tortured them, gouging out eyes, removing brains and limbs, and placed the remains into a nganga, a ritual cauldron. It was normally filled with bones from animals or graves, but Adolfo used human sacrifices. The Calzada family were his first, but not his last. In 1987, he met Sara Aldrete, a high-achieving student. Something inside her changed. Despite her education, she embraced the cult. She even encouraged him to kill random victims to feed the spirits. Together, they turned murder into routine. They moved to an isolated ranch. Adolfo demanded constant sacrifices. If no one was available, he'd sacrifice his own men. Sarah became just like him. She even killed her ex-boyfriend in a ritual frenzy. The ranch became a slaughterhouse, filled with screams and blood, and no one stopped them because the police were bought off. Then came the turning point. In 1989, Adolfo wanted to perform a powerful ritual. He demanded a white American male. That was his fatal mistake, because the man they kidnapped was Mark Kilroy. Mark's disappearance caused international outrage. This time, the victim was American, and the pressure on Mexican police was massive. Investigators followed clues that led to Adolfo's ranch. What they found was beyond horrifying. The stench alone led them to the nganga, filled with brains, limbs, and black magic tools. Nearby, a mass grave held 16 more bodies, including police officers. Adolfo and Sarah fled, hiding in a safe house, but the police tracked them down. In the final standoff, with no ammo left, Adolfo gave his last command. He told a follower to de-shoot him. Before capture, he died that day. Sarah and the others were arrested. Sarah was sentenced to 62 years, but only served 10 before ending her life in prison. Adolfo was confirmed to have killed 23 people, maybe more. To this day, he remains one of the most horrifying cult killers in history. His crimes went beyond horror films. If you found this story shocking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime cases. Until next time, stay safe and thanks for watching.